Hi, good afternoon, guys. I'm sorry about that. So I had to take a break because the background noise was a little too much. I'm gonna restart actually. So my name is Lillian Soto. Today we're gonna be discussing social media marketing. I am the vice president at Soto Rocas Inc. and the head consultant at Soto Rocas Consulting. So I wanna start off with why social media marketing is actually a good way to sell products or services. The best, like before, most people would have to pay thousands to get commercials, when now you can get commercials out um, effortlessly on social media. Now, when going into social media marketing, there are a few things that you should always remember. Try to make it cohesive, try to make it precise, try to make it self-explanatory so that people are not wondering what it is that you're talking about. Because if they have to wonder, they're not going to buy. If there's anything left to the imagination, they're not going to buy. They're not going to trust it. Um, my next, my next, my next the next thing I want to talk about is discounts and promotions. Now, if your company is unknown, but you've been in business for a little while, and it's kind of gotten stinted, you haven't been able to upsell or anything else, the best way to go about that is to make a discount or promotion that creates a buzz for your business so that you can get new traffic to your website or to get new sales. When making a promotion, I always state ensure that everything is cohesive, that it's understandable, that people can look at it and know that they're gonna have a no damn, I'm so sorry, guys, I'm kind of out of it today. So, yeah, I'm kind of out of it. I'm reading your comments too. I'm kind of out of it. Okay, this is going up also on the YouTube, so we're going to be doing YouTube with this one. I'm probably going to tweak it and cut out. I don't think that I'll be able to show the questions that you guys are asking when I put it up, but I'll try to keep it in line so that everybody knows what we're talking about. So those of you who don't get what I'm saying now can always go back into the YouTube and you can see it in real time. And I normally put on also the PowerPoint slide that I'm looking at when I'm having these to the taste with you guys, because I'm not going to remember all this information. I'm retaining a lot of information at once that'll help you guys, so it's kind of hard to remember everything at once when it's time for me to do these lives. So let's get back into what we were discussing, which was this kind of promotion. Keep it cohesive, make sure it's eye-catching, make sure that it's to the point, and make sure that it's self-explanatory, as I said before, because you want people to understand what it is that they're buying from you and why they're buying it from you. Let's jump into ask your audience. Now, this is a big one. Why is asking your audience important? I'm going to tell you why asking your audience is important. If you don't know what your target audience or your customer base needs, then how can you help them? It is what it is. If you're noticing that, like I run a consulting company, so when I notice that a lot of my customers don't understand what it is that they're why they need most of this stuff that I ask them for, it's because if you don't have a to-do list, if you don't have a business plan, if you don't have a lot of stuff that go into running your business, then your business is going to fail, and that's just what it is. So if you're not in direct contact with your clientele and asking them what they feel about any new products or services that you're selling, then if they don't know, they're not buying. That's basically what it boils down to. If they don't know, they're not buying, and what you need are sales. So always ask your audience if any of your promotions are actually home hitting for them. Check and see. I would say that when you're marketing on social media, don't just do one promotion. I would do 3 different ones and then use them as tests. Basically, try to figure out if my audience is okay with the way in which my ads are going, you know what I mean? Next, we're gonna go into inspirational quotes. Now, why is this important? Okay, so social media is cool, right? Everybody wants to get into social media. Everybody wants to do business through social media because it's the biggest way to get to your target audience quickly, right? except that most people don't understand that although you're using the social media platform as a way to bring brand awareness to your business, that does not mean that it should be personal. And 9 times out of 10, people use their Facebook as a social interaction, and that's not what you're there for if it's your business page. Now, I do want to stress, I tell people to keep everything separate. Keep your business and your personal life completely separate, because your customers don't want to know what you was drinking last Friday. That's just not realistic. You know what I mean? So the best way to take care of that is to keep it completely professional. Make sure that your business page is professional. If you take a look at this through the YouTube link that I'm going to be setting up to the webinar later, you'll be able to see everything I'm talking about. And I also show you samples of promotions and ads and stuff like that, and even inspirational quotes, so that people know what I'm talking about and what I expect when they're putting their ads on social media. Next, what inspires you? What makes you tick? What makes you my best reason to go to you? You know what I mean? How do you do that? I would share what inspired me to begin my business. You know, if you make yourself attainable, reachable, down to earth, humble, I tend to feel like a lot more of your target audience is going to take you serious, because they don't feel like you're talking down to them or belittling them. And that is always the best way. The only way for you to be able to keep customers is to make sure that you're catering to every need that they have. So I obviously say through social media, I would go with share what inspires you. Give little tidbits, give tricks of the trade, stuff that you do that other companies don't do. I'm not telling you to give your formula. I'm not telling you to explain to people what your business does that no one else does, because that would be detrimental to your business health. So what I would say though is give small tricks of the trade. If you wake up at 5:30 in the morning so that your morning inspiration is done by 7, let them know that. Let them know that this is not something that you put together in 2 minutes. This is something that you have to work very hard on, so that people take you more serious, because then they feel like you know exactly what you're talking about. Now, I'm going to get into new products and services, because we're on a strap for time. I was supposed to start at 11, it is now 12:12, and I'm supposed to be done by 12:30. So as I said earlier, I'm going to take all the questions in my YouTube or on my Facebook. I'm doing a live at 6 on Facebook. So for those of you who have me on Facebook, go on Facebook. I'm going to show the samples of what I have on the Facebook Live. I can't do that now because I don't have the right equipment for it, but I will definitely be putting this into my YouTube and also putting it into my Facebook. So as far as product and services are concerned, I would highlight any new product or service, as well as, sorry, give me 1 second, I messed up. As well as always keep your clients or customers in the loop about what is new for you in terms of services and products. If new stuff has come out, let's say you were selling okay, so let's say that you decided you were going to sell jewelry, right? And you've already run out of stock of the jewelry that you had. How are people going to know that you have new jewelry if you don't tell them about it? Always highlight anything new that you are doing. That way it creates a buzz and people are ready to look into it and want to buy. So I always tell people that if you have a new product or service, go on a live real quick. Go real quick on a live, show them exactly what they're getting, show them all the time that it takes you to put into the product, so that they're getting the best product, the best bang for their buck. But always make sure that you do put it on, because it is something that if they don't know, they're not going to buy. So you want to make sure that you keep everyone in the loop. I'm going to go into blogging. What's blogging? Blogging is basically what we're doing right now, or a form of what we're doing right now. Blogging is what I would say I'm going to be doing on YouTube, because I'll be discussing a lot of stuff that has to do with the business and business development and stuff like that, and marketing strategies and things like that, which I'm giving at YouTube for free, although it's not in depth. It's not like I'm giving you all the tricks of the trade. There are certain things that you're not going to be able to go through just because I'm explaining it to you. always remember that if you're using music or if you're using anything that you do not own the rights of, that you explain that in the beginning. Like right now, I'm listening to music in the background because I love background noise. You guys know me. And the background noise, I don't own the rights to it. And I forgot to say that on this video, even though I started on the last one. But yeah, always remember to put that down because you can't get sued for that. And you definitely don't want that. So when I go with bloggers, I would say blog with followers so that you are always in the know about their need, their wants, and their needs. At the end of the day, your customers base is what's most important to you. Without them buying, you don't have a business. So I always keep people in the loop through blogs, through video blogging, through social media. I also give webinars. And blogging is a great place to show your behind the scenes. Like, people think it's easy, and it's not easy to run a business. It's actually the hardest thing that you've ever done in your life. It's harder than working for someone 9 to 5 where they give you a set rule book that tells you what you're supposed to do and not do. That's not what we have here. What we have here is something completely different. You have to start from the beginning to the end. And people like to know that you've made mistakes because it makes you more relatable. And I love to stay relatable because I'm not a Fortune 500 company. I'm someone small who helps people who are having small businesses. You know what I mean? I've been blessed with a lot of success through social media marketing and blogging and selling my services online. But that doesn't mean that everyone gets that luck. You know what I mean? And I think if you follow these simple steps and always make sure to keep it professional, that you'll be able to use social media as your outlet to getting the word out as far as brand awareness and stuff like that is concerned. Next is informational. What's an informational? And it's not to be misconstrued with inspirational. And inspirational is where you inspire people to be better, and informational is where you take the time to explain your mission statement so that your clients know what they are buying when buying from your company or buying from your brand. Intimacy, although intimacy. See, I wrote that down, right? And I was going to go with that. Although intimacy, when I say intimacy, I do not mean that they need to know what your ex-boyfriend from 2 years ago did to your business to mess you up. That's not what that means. No. When I say intimacy, it builds a relatability between you and your client base that allows you to get more on a personal basis with them and be able to know what they need and what they want, which is your sole responsibility. You should be the person knowing what it is that you're doing. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the informationals, it's basically to give background information on any product that you have if you've tested it, especially if the product is not FDA approved. You should give a lot of background information. You know, I deal with a few companies who are in the medical marijuana business, and right now, although through the city it's somewhat legal, it's not legal in every sense of the word. It's not federally recognized, which means that a lot of the stuff that they want to do like a regular store would do, they can't. Even though in the state that they live in, they're allowed to do this. Not every state is accepting it, so an online store would be hard for them because it's only allowed in California or only allowed in New York City, which is stuff that I'm going through now with a lot of my clientele as far as medical marijuana is concerned. But we're looking for new and innovative ways to go around all of that, because at this point, you know, at some point it will be made legal, I'm hoping, as far as the medical industry is concerned, because I think that it's at the forefront of a lot of stuff. But I digress and I'm getting off topic. So let's move on. Let's move on to, not personal. Yes, let's start discussing the not personal. So I was talking about that as we've been going along, about not making your social media page personal when it comes to social media marketing, or using a page as a splash page for your business that should be connecting to your website, should be connecting to your products. There should be a way on your social media for people to be able to book you, buy from you, or so on and so forth. The social media pages should not ever be about personal stuff. It should just be an informational for your business, or a platform in which that you bring new products or services to your clientele. It should never be a place where you give political opinions, or where you give personal opinions on anything. You know what I mean? Because you have to stay relatable, and at the end of the day, having way too much information out there about yourself can hurt you and hinder your business, as opposed to making you more real so that people could get along with you. Take the time to answer any questions your clients have, because clients, although they're easily reached through the social media marketing experience, it's not easy for them to understand. So take the time to sit down and speak to the people who are buying from you, because in the end, without them, you make nothing. Making a connection with the target audience, they're the ones who are going to make and break you. So if you have a certain audience you're catering to, let's say if you're catering to a Fortune 500 company, then you shouldn't be putting mommy me posts on, because they don't care. And that's just the realism. At the end of the day, people are more worried about what this does, than they are about your personal problems. So if you learn how to separate personal and business, that would be very, very good for yourself, because people don't take you, they'll take you more serious, because you're very knowledgeable in your industry, in whatever market you're cornering. And last, because we've already wow, we've already gone longer than we were supposed to. So I'm gonna finish up with Go Live. Best place to get personal answers and questions is to take it live. They are vital to how you market, or how you market or you upsell your services. Keeps everyone up to date on what it is that you're doing, what you're offering new, if you have any sales, promotions, advertising, etc. It all should go into your life. Focus on becoming innovative in your industry market, not just your company, but also you as a person. Keep it professional, because most people haven't understand that all of this stuff has already been done. It's already been done. I'm giving you a formula that other people have already done. They've already used, and it's already worked. I'm just giving you an easy way to understand how to do it. Now, at Soto Rockers Consulting, we take the time to sit down and explain all of this verbatim to clientele, so that they know that it's not easy, it's not quick, and what we do takes a lot of paperwork, a lot of thinking, a lot of algorithms. I thank the Lord that my consulting company works with the BSC, so I'm able to get most people's scenarios done with the minimal amount of money to open. But not everybody can offer stuff like that. So I do these informatives, and I do this YouTube channel, and I do the webinars to try to get the word out to a lot of people. People haven't really realized that at the rate in which automation is taking over, if you don't have a niche or another hustle, for lack of a better word, you're not really going to make it anywhere. 9 times out of 10, these businesses, they go belly up, because they don't know how to continue the sway of money and the money flow. They kind of get stinted and stuck where they're at, because they didn't know how to make their business scalable or sustainable. And I help you with that. So if you need more help than the webinars, or you need more help than my YouTube channel can give you, then I say go onto my website, www.sotorockersconsulting.com. There's a link in my YouTube for it. And obviously, those of you who are taking my webinars, you guys each get sent a package with all my information. So for those of you who are joining us from YouTube, hi guys, like and subscribe. But yeah, I want to keep doing this, and I'm going live today at 6 p.m. So if you'd like to see that, my handle is Lily Soto 1213 at AOL for my Facebook, and I'm going live at 6 p.m. And this is where you'll be able to ask me more questions, because I can't do that during classes. I only get a set amount of time, and at this point we have 2,500 views per class. So there's no way I can answer questions and everything in real time. So the Facebook gives me a way to answer questions that people may have left. So I'm sincerely hoping that everybody checks it out and gives me some feedback. I'd like some really good feedback from you guys to see if this works for me. Then maybe we can implement it for you guys who are doing businesses. And those of you who are not contracted with me, it's very easy to contract me. You can book me on Facebook, you can book me on my website, you can even get in contact with me through my YouTube. So whichever way you'd like to get this done, just let me let me bridge your dreams and make them reality. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're not thinking of doing stuff for yourself, no one's going to do it for you. But I am willing to help. So if you're willing to take the time and listen and to work with me, I'm willing to help you guys make all your small business dreams come true. So again, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. I only do, actually, no, I'm lying. I do this twice a week now. So we'll be getting videos every Tuesday and Thursday now, because I am now recording also from my computer when I'm giving the webinars, so that I'd be able to do both and you guys can hear what I'm talking about from the beginning to the end. And again, I will be putting my PowerPoint slide that explains this more in depth on my YouTube channel, and my Facebook, actually. So for you guys who can take the time out, please join me at 6 p.m. Have a great day, guys. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. I am sorry I stopped and started twice, but it was just too much to do in one day. I hope I've covered as much information as I can, and at 6 p.m. I'll be answering questions. So thank you. Have a nice day, guys. And for my YouTube, hi, bye.